let's begin. We'll go through what you need first, and then what you need to do to your face. So, step 1, get your face, right here. I moisturized and primed already using my Wet n Wild primer. So, we also will be using, once again, the Monarch palette from Kat Von D, my absolute favorite palette. Lace from NYX, a red eyeshadow. Here I have it from Makeup Forever. It's actually a blush. I think it says number 99. I don't know if they make this anymore. My makeup is a little old, so I don't know. A lipstick. And I use a lipstick, which I don't have the cover for. Here it is. I use a lipstick specifically set aside as a primer for my red eyeshadow. And this one here is just the Rimmel London Kate Moss edition. Is that really focusing? Look at that. Look at that mess. Look at that. It's in shade number 1. It's the truest red that I find, and I like blue-based red. First step, besides finding your proper brushes and actually getting your face, that was step 1, and then anyway. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our base shadow, our blending agent, whatever you want to call it, which is Lace from NYX, and we will be applying it all over our eyelid mess. Because I take my shading all the way around, I bring it up. Once again, because I shade all the way around the corner of my eye, I take my blending agent all the way around to the top of my cheekbone, which reminds me I didn't apply my powder, which I'll go back and do that. Powder brush. You should actually do this first, but it's really whatever. Take off the excess of your powder, and this is just a loose powder from Covergirl. I would have preferred translucent, but I couldn't find it, so I just got their lightest shade, which seems to work really well on me. And I just put it underneath my eye, up the side of my nose, to my temple, and this is just really to catch any kind of fallout. So if I do have any, which I usually do, I can just brush it right off my cheek with little to no consequence. We are going to take our Kat Von D palette, and I'm using this taupey color right there. Yes, this kind of taupe color. First, with a fluffy shadow brush, and I will be putting that color from all in my crease and smoking it out from my crease all over the place. And this, like, right here, this shape right here, I like to follow that. I just have that shape in my eyes, and I follow that. It kind of gives it that point shape. I don't know why, I just do. I'm sure it makes me look more like a Neanderthal than I need to, but that's fine. I'm okay. I like history. And then with a rounded shadow brush, is that the right one? Yes. We're going to use the dark brown from that palette here with a lighter touch. This is a really pigmented brown. I love it. With a lighter touch. And we are going to go from the corner of her eye in the crease and follow that crease about 3/4 of the way. So you have right there. And then a little bit more, we're going to build on, I like how I'm saying we're going to do this. Like, we're doing this together. Are we doing this together? I don't know. If you chose not to look like this, I wouldn't blame you. And this is just a lot of blending, but I really like the blended look. Alright, I'm going to take that brown and just blend it onto my eyelid just a little bit. I'm not worried about getting it all the way to my lash line because as you can see, my shadow will be covering that, my liner will be covering that shadow anyway. Don't matter. Alright. Cool. I'm going to take my big fluffy brush again, wipe it off, and blending those edges. Next thing we're going to do is going to start doing the red underneath our eye, and with that I am going to take a short shadow brush right here, my red lipstick primer, and I use this only for my eyes. I wouldn't recommend using it for your mouth and then putting it in your eyes, and I wouldn't don't do that. This probably isn't even the best idea, but that is a worse idea, so don't do that. Don't. So we're gonna just take a little bit on our brush right here and just start applying our primer under our lash line and down our lower lid, about 3/4 of the way in. And I just like to cut it out a little bit there because I do not like the red just to stop. I like it to continue on through the eyeliner. And I'm flicking it at the bottom just to kind of start that edge blending on the red. Doesn't really matter so much as your shadow itself will be doing that, but that's a nice start for it. And then I take that red shadow, and then with the red, don't drag it on that, pat your color into the primer initially. Just get it on your brush and press it into the primer. That way you know you have a good solid coat. And this is the best way. Otherwise, I find that the red fades really easily, and that's just sad. Alright, and once that's pressed in to your liking, I get a larger, regular, flat, fluffy shadow brush. And that's when we can start kind of dragging it along and working on those edges to smoke them out. I'm going to go back with that fluffy rounded shadow brush and a little bit more brown just to intensify that crease a little bit more before we start our eyeliner. So our eyeliner is a double winged liner. They are easier to do than one might think. As long as your top wing is aligned, it's kind of really easy to align that bottom wing. Once again though, I wish I had better tips on how to do a winged liner and line them up, but I just I just don't. Maybe, actually, I do remember how I started, and maybe I'll do a video on that, like how I first began doing a winged liner and getting everything even, because it is difficult to do. Anyone who says it's not difficult is a dirty liar. They are liar, plans for hire. They are lying to you. It is difficult, but once you do it long enough, it does get easier. But I've never seen someone start doing a liner and then they're automatically a pro. That's Fantasyland stuff. That's like they're a unicorn. That person is a unicorn. So anyway, after that rant, we're going to take our NYX gel liner and a rounded liner brush. I don't know, little rounded brush here. And we're just going to do our basic wing first. I think we're good for that one. It's fine. If it's not perfect, I don't care if it's not perfect. Some days it is, and it's a great day. Some days it's not, and it's alright. You know, it's not the end of the world, but it feels like it sometimes. Excuse me. Okay, so with the bottom wing, I just took it from the corner of the top wing and kind of flicked it out in a messy line because I'm going to take a small brush with the black shadow from the Kat Von D palette and smudge out the lower wing end and underneath the lash line. And then once again, you want to take more black shadow and this time set your liner with it. Just go over your liner. It stops it from transferring and moving around. We're going to go back with our black liner and then just do a little inner point. Cool. Alright, now that that's done and mostly even with your other eye, we're going to take our eyeshadow eyebrow brush, get that mess out of our brows and out of our lashes like before. We're going to go back with our lipstick primer, our brush 4 said primer, and we're going to use it to line our waterline. Once again, not sure if you should be doing this. I've been doing it for long enough. I've never had any troubles with it, and I do have sensitive eyes. Your call, but I'm not recommending you do it. Flat shadow brush, that red eyeshadow, same disclaimer. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, it looks just as good with a regular black shadow, or if you actually have a red eyeliner. You do whatever is good for you. Alright, and now we are going to take that lipstick, angly brush. We got red eyebrows today. I love it. I love having red eyebrows. And as you get to the inner, this is inner. As you get to the inner part of your eyebrows, just fade that out unless you want that block look. Your call. And then we're going to set that in our brows with our red eyeshadow. And I kind of push the shadow against the direction of the eyebrow. That way it gets under the hair and onto the base. And if I went over or if I want to thin it out a bit, I just wipe it the way I want. And it's good to go. Cool. And we're gonna finish off our eyes with a little bit of mascara. I don't use liner on my top lid, on my waterline there, because if you do that, it blends into the red, and then it's a black eyeliner. You may as well do some black eyeliner. And then after that, I don't use brow gel or anything. I use mascara in my eyebrows. It works for me really well, actually. I have really dark hair anyway, and I dye it black usually. So it matches my eyebrows perfectly. Cool. Now we're going to do little fun doodly doos on our head. Whoa. Anyway, so I take the cotton ball and I clear off any excess powder fallout that may have happened whilst we were busy putting our face on. And I am going to take my eyelash glue and tweezers, because this is how I apply the gems to my head. And today we're actually using pearls. So it's so pretty. A little dot, and I just make sure we're doing 3 today. Alright, and you're all done. I would usually pair a lipstick with this, and my favorite lipstick to wear with this one is my black lipstick, which apparently I can't find. Nope. Where's my black lipstick? Anyway, I usually pair this with my black lipstick. It is from LA Splash Cosmetics, which I have a red one here. It's Raven. This is actually a lip tint mousse. These are my favorite lip products ever. But the black one is from Lip Couture, which looks like that. And this one actually is Criminal, which is my favorite purple lipstick. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have fun looking like this, because I have fun looking like this sometimes. You know, it's whatever. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, because I will be doing more of this. If you have any comments or suggestions, hit me up down below. That sounds so cool. I'm so cool. I'm not. I'm old and boring. Write them down in the comment section below. You can find me on Instagram at Grotesca Media. You can find me on Facebook at Grotesca Media, which is actually facebook.com/mediagrotesca. And you can also find me on Etsy under Grotesca Media and buy the pretty things that I make if you want some creepy stuff for your house. Alright, until next time, don't be a dick because society frowns upon it. Okay, bye.